Yeah, you don't want to make a mistake. Andrew Myers, boy, he's having some trouble with lap traffic. Myers, a two-time winner this year in car 44.
Yep, Myers is, unfortunately, last week at Dover, ran the East race and kind of destroyed the car there at Dover, a fast track, and fortunate for them. Timmy Cahoots, crew chief on that car, had a bad weekend at Dover. Brought the road race car here today.
Matter of fact, they have converted that car to a oval track car. That car is yellow. You know, most of his cars have been red. The reason it's yellow is they bought that car from Mike Olson, who we want to congratulate for winning the E-Series championship today. The E-Series racing at Lime Rock. And Mike Olson finished third and clinched the championship. Ruben Pardo won that race, his first ever win in the series. So our congratulations to him and to Mike Olson, who's won his second championship. And that 44 is a former Mike Olson race car.
Yeah, and it is a road race car, so it is set up a little bit different. It's set up to make right and left-hand corners. We have to change some control arms, different types of adjustments like that to get the car right. So they did have to make some major changes on that car to get that car turned left.
Mike Damon, Eric Holmes continue to set the pace in this race. Mike Duncan running third. He seems to be very comfortable. Battling for 13th place. Austin Cameron not near where he wants to be.
Well, Jim Englebright also not near where he wants to be. Talking to Jim earlier today, and he said the car just did not feel good. We could not get in the racetrack. They changed all four springs, all the shocks, changed the track bar, moved the sway bar, did a lot of adjustments on the one car, and just could not get that car right. And obviously it's not quite yet to his liking, running in the 13th position.
Englebright hasn't run full time in the series. You're hearing the word of the spotter there of Mike David.
Spotter telling him it's clear. That's what we like to hear as a driver, especially working through traffic. Tight little bull ring like this.
We saw Jim Englebright a moment ago. He's coming off his best finish of the year. He finished second at Fontana. Eric Holmes in that 62. What a story he's been. He's yet to win a race this year. But you look at his top fives, and it's absolutely incredible. And he has finished second 4 times. Yellow's out. Caution is out for the first time tonight.
It's like the 09 car there.
That's Bruce Betts, a rookie out of Colorado Springs, driving the Dick Midgley car, and he brings out the first caution. Let's see if we can see what happens. Right side of your screen. Whoa, get out of the way, folks.
Something about this racetrack, guys. No wall on the outside except down the front straightaway.
That'd be a little scary, wouldn't it? Well, you standing over there.
It is, but as a driver, you know, it's forgiven. If there would have been a wall there, he would be out of the race for the night. You know, here all we do is have to clean a little of the dirt out of the inside and scuff them tires, get the dirt off of them, and go to racing again. So that's the good part about tracks with no wall. The bad part is, you know, if you get off that racetrack running some 70, 80 mile an hour, you might end up on your roof.
My point is
tires.
Those people that were sitting over there, and had to make their hearts beat just a little faster.
They're not there anymore, yes. They start heading towards them tire barriers. It's time to move.
I'm moving quick.
But as you see, no outside retaining wall except down the front straightaway as they make the front stretch. And the front stretch is actually, you know, a corner all the way through it. There's really not a straightaway down the front stretch. A little bit of a trial action, so kind of a different type of racing facility that we're used to.
We had another car just pull off the racetrack. Matter of fact, 2 of them. Bobby Hillis, and I think Jack Sellers was the other one. So Sellers, Hillis, and Brett Thompson having all. No, Sellers is still on the racetrack.
Yep, Sellers still on there.
It might have been Randy Lynch.
Sellers, a veteran. 203 starts for Jack Sellers in this series.
There's Hillis pulling into his garage area. Don't know if he'll be able to get back in or not. But so we've got 3 cars right now out of the race of the 22 who started. But going under the hood on Hillis's car, yeah.
Possibly sounded like it was backfiring as it came by, possibly spark plug issue or something.
He's had a tough year. Bobby Hillis out of Phoenix, Arizona, as you saw, finished 33rd in the race at Fontana last race. Has not had a top 10 this year, only once in the series. And not going to get it here tonight as we're under caution for the first time. We've completed just over 30 laps, and again 70 laps from now we'll stop and take a halftime break and change tires.
When you double up.
You hear the spotter of Eric Holmes in the 62 car We'll explain that double up to you. That unlike in the NASCAR Busch Series or Nextel Cup, the leaders all line up double file to restart. Lap cars go to the back. In a lot of other series, a lap car gets to pull up along the inside, but not here in the Grand National Series. And it really has been a good rule, Dan, to have these double file restarts. It has made for some exciting racing here.
No, it does. And what it also does is it builds some rubber up on the outside of the racetrack. It forces the cars to go double wide and put some rubber down. And that's important for two wide racing later on in the race.
Now the leader has the choice, start inside or start outside. And Mike David is going to start inside.
Oh, back out. Yellow is back out.
We thought the green was going to come out, but as you heard, yellow. For some reason, NASCAR has not approved the start. We'll try to get a word from NASCAR on why they kept the caution out. The pace cars coming back out on the track.
That's that could have been disastrous also. A lot of times when we come to the green flag like that, when we're ready to go green, if the guys do not get the word from their spotters way back in the pack, it could cause a major logjam. But these guys did a good job to keep that from happening.
All right, understand the reason that the yellow came back out is that the cars weren't lined up absolutely correct. So they're getting a hold of the spotters and getting these cars lined up, and we will go green this time. That makes it's a little more difficult when you're going 2 by 2 to get everybody lined up correctly to restart.
Oh, it does. And you know, through years of racing, that's why these guys are in this series. I mean, we learn how to line cars up, and it's important that you know your position, your spotter tells you, and get up there like right now, because you don't want to waste laps and laps trying to get the lineup right.
All right, we're going to hear Mike David's spotter here on the restart as we get ready to go back to green after the first caution of the night. Green's out.
Outside, still there. You see him outside. Still there. Outside, still there. Still there. Outside. Clear, all clear. Outside.
It is
On
tough.
your corner. Still there, outside.
On your
Still
corner,
there.
is on the rear quarter panel, and Holmes is
On your
putting up a
corner.
good fight.
Still there.
Yeah, he is, and he knows if he can get off that corner and get a good run, on the outside is going to be tough, but he needs that bottom side. But look at Peyton Sellers in the 16
I was
car.
going to tell you, Dan, he can't get back down in there. He almost ran into Peyton Sellers trying to get down low, and now Eric Holmes is stuck up on the high side. He's going to lose probably another position. Now he does get in line. He'll be third.
See him pull down in front of Mike David. So important to get back down there. He was working that outside, which enabled the 16 car, Peyton Sellers, to pull up on that bottom side and take position from him.
You can pour all the Coke syrup you want. That second groove up high is not the place to run.
No, not quite yet. It's not working. Again, when we get some more rubber down here later in the race, you know, it might get better, but it's not quite the place yet to race side by side.
And that's an old trick, putting the Coke syrup up on a groove and getting the drivers to run around and try to get it sticky and put that groove in. And drivers I talked to said, yeah, it works for a few laps, then forget about it.
Well, that's it too, and sometimes it's a mental game. I mean, they tell us, you know, they put the syrup down and there's traction down there, but as a driver, when you drive off in that corner, you know, pushing the envelope, if the car don't stick, it doesn't matter what kind of syrup you put down there. I'm not going back around that racetrack up there on the high side. So it is a tough deal to do. To get rubber down on that outside, the only way you're going to do that is put cones down there at the bottom or just put a curb down there and force them drivers up the racetrack.
Peyton Sellers has one win this year. The rookie leads the rookie points. He won in Roseburg, Oregon. Sellers in that 16 running second under contract to Richard Childress. Oh, a car goes around and Tim Woods. Tim Woods, who had disaster at Fontana when his car caught on fire, spins and brings out the second caution of the night. Tim Woods out of Chino Hills, California. He has had some good runs this year, but let's see if he got helped in turning this car around. There's Jim Inglebright in the one.
Yep, Jim's on the outside, and he returned the favor. I don't believe he liked Tim run up the racetrack, and Jim said, I'm not sure you should have done that. And drove right back in the back. So he gets spun around, and luckily all the cars make it by safely. Could have been a lot worse.
Well, Tim indeed had some help turning that car around, didn't he?
Yes, he did.
But it looks like the damage might be worse on Inglebright's car than it is on Tim Woods. The rear of the car knocked up a little bit, but it looks like it's pretty good. And the one, Jim Inglebright, I think is going to be penalized for rough driving here.
Well, it's possible, but It's also possible the 54 car may have gotten out of the gas, lost a little traction on that groove because he was coming off the corner, got into Englebright, maybe got out of the gas, and Jim just got into him because Jim was fully in the gas.
Well, we just had it confirmed by NASCAR. Englebright going to be posted here. He is going to be penalized
Jim
for
won't
rough
be happy.
driving, and he's not going to be happy. That's happened to him before this year.
Yep, it's been a bumping and banging year for the Jelly Belly car.
Jim Englebright, as we look at it again, one series win. This is only his second full-time year in the series.
Yeah, he gave him a good kick there. I mean, you know, the question is whether Tim Woods lost traction and got totally out of the gas, and you know Englebright stayed in the gas. But it's just a little early for that as a driver. You know, 45 laps in the race, and now you know you go to the back and you got radiator issues because you knocked the nose of the race car in,
right,
and your night's over. So you just have to kind of weigh that, something like that before.
Boy, and how about this? Justin Lofton, who's had a great season, the 20-year-old from Westmoreland, California, taking advantage here on this caution, the second of the night to come down on pit road.
Justin, college student, raced off-road racing cars, Pikes Peak, hill climbs.
He finished third in the last race at Fontana.
Yep. Raced a lot at Irwindale, holds the
Or
record.
24th, rather. He does have a couple of top fives this year. He had a top 5 at Sonoma. Knows how to run those road courses. So we're under caution here. There is Justin Lofton. They made a quick adjustment on the car, and maybe Candace Kruger can head over to Jim Englebright and find out how serious the damage is on that car. He is behind the wall. There, he's back out now. But they had to take the hood up on that car, and obviously there is some front-end damage. Rodney Haygood and the crew went to work.
Yep,
One thing you know about Jim Englebright, you're always going to get some jelly beans when you come to the racetrack.
Absolutely. I've done 10 or 12 packs of them today.
Is that why you're so wired
Get me a
tonight?
little bloated. Feel good about them Jelly Bellies.
Oh, eat too many, you will have a jelly belly. All right, 1 to go when they get to the line, and it'll again be Mike David on the outside, but this on the inside. But this time on the outside, it's going to be Peyton Sellers, and Eric Holmes will be starting on the second row on the inside. So we'll see how Peyton Sellers can run up in this high groove when we go back to green. Sellers had a good season. He is the Dodge Weekly Series defending national champion. That got him this ride by way of Richard Childress.
Yep. His car is looking good. He made some major adjustments, too, before qualifying. And he said he liked it.
And we're going to listen to his spotter here on the restart. Oh, they touch. Oh, my goodness.
Keep coming. Come on, little by little, bud. Little by little.
Peyton Sellers and Mike David got together right after that restart.
Still there. Come on, bring it on home now. Come on. Come on. Come on. Clear, clear.
Wonder if there's any tire rub on Mike
Yeah,
David's
bud.
car.
Coming back on your inside. He's there.
He just drove it down in the corner, got it loose down in the center. Unfortunately, couldn't get back in the gas. Mike David
Another
drove
one
back by.
looking. 62. He's inside. Still there. Still there. Clear, clear.
Well, great job by Peyton Sellers. You heard his spotter making the call, getting him back in line.
Oh.
Wanted to work that outside. He had it. He had a good run. He got the momentum. Just drove back down into one a little too deep. And the car just lost grip down in the center of the corner.
Well, that's Saturday night short track racing. A lot of bumping going on. And you saw Peyton Sellers and Mike David get together on that restart.
Yep, he was working the outside hard. And he knew he could not lose no ground. Again, you have to get off the corner. You have to get back in the gas. And again, it's like, you know, you gotta not spin the rear tires. See as he drives down in the corner, whoop, gets right in the back end of Mike David.
Mike David's doing a good job hanging on to that race car with people bumping and banging on him. Now here comes Eric Holmes to take second place away.
Mike says, I think I'll check out. Getting a little rough back there for me. Time to go.
Steve Portengay has made his way up to fourth, and he'll be challenging Sellers for third in a moment.
Something about, you know, the two-car, Mike David, we've gone to Stockton, we go to these tracks, he's able to run in that groove and a half to 2 grooves up. He's got something figured out. He's got good bite off the race car. When he gets back in the throttle right here, he's able to get right back down on the gas and hold it almost wide open, and it's so important to get a run on these short tracks, and he's got it figured out.